Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. This is Learning Based Academy's online class for JSS1-3. If you can hear me, go ahead and type 2000 in the chat. Type 2000 in the chat if you can hear me. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. It's going to be an interesting class. Make sure your book and your pen are with you to learn as much as possible. Awesome, awesome. At Learning Based Academy, we take our self-affirmation, which motivates us to get better. So let's take our self-affirmation every day and in every way. I am getting better and better, wiser and wiser, smarter and smarter, stronger and stronger, greater and greater, richer and richer, healthier and healthier. I am rich in knowledge. I am the best. Amazing, amazing. I'm already sharing my screen. If you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, type the color of my screen in the chat. If you are yet to see my screen, just hold on. The color of my screen will come up in the chat. My screen is not black. If you're still seeing black, just hold on. The real color of the screen will come out. Awesome, awesome. Yes, you can see my screen. Now let's go ahead and write today's date. Today is Monday. Today is Monday, 9th June 2025. So right now we have mathematics. In the last class, we were learning angles. We learned different types of angles. All right, so we'll continue with angles between lines. We'll continue with angles between lines. In the last class, we learned right angle. Right angle is equal to 90 degrees. We also learned acute angle. Acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So example of acute angle is 46 degrees, 52 degrees, 81 degrees, and so on. They are acute angles. Then we also learned obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. Example of such angle is 100 degrees, 91 degrees, 114 degrees, and so on. They are greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. Now, the next one, we have reflex angle. Reflex angle is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees, greater than 180 degrees, but less than 360 degrees, less than 360 degrees. Examples of reflex angles are 182 degrees, 164 degrees, 197 degrees, 352 degrees, and so on. So these are examples of reflex angle. Yes, yes, yes. My first question to everyone. My first question to everyone. If the screen is still black, you need to be patient to see the right color of the screen. If you can see my screen and everything I have written on my screen, please type 50 in the chat. If you can see my screen and you can see all that I have written on my screen, please type 50 in the chat. Type 50 in the chat, everyone. If you can see my screen or all that I have written on my screen, type 50. 50. Type 50 in the chat. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Tribe can see my screen. Daniel can see my screen. Oprah can see my screen. Joanna can see my screen. Yes, yes. Phoebe can see my screen. Hazan can see my screen. Raymond Anthony can see my screen. So many others can see my screen. So if you're not seeing my screen, I believe it's your network. Don't worry, I'm going to scroll up and you will see what is there properly. Okay, so these are the types of angles that we discussed. Let's see complementary angles. Okay, complementary angles. These are angles that sum up to 90 degrees. That sum up to 90 degrees. So, example, 14 degrees and 76 degrees are complementary angles. They are complementary angles because when you add them together, you will get 90 degrees. They sum up to 90 degrees. Now, moving on to number 6, we have supplementary angles. Okay, we have supplementary angles. They are angles that sum up, they are angles that sum up to 180 degrees. So examples of supplementary angles are 100 degrees and 80 degrees. 100 degrees and 80 degrees are supplementary angles because if you add them together, you will have 180 degrees. If you add them together, you will have 180 degrees. Go ahead and write what you can see on my screen quickly. Write what you can see on my screen quickly. Awesome. So if you're done writing what is on my screen, please type done. Type done. Once you're done writing, type done in the chat. Okay, type done in the chat. Once you're done writing, type done in the chat. Okay, so I'll be asking you questions, but before I do, I want to repeat all that I said. I spoke about right angle. Right angle is an angle that is equal to 90 degrees. Now, anytime you see right angle, you should be able to identify or recognize right angle. You should be able to recognize right angle. All right? Good. Now, this is how right angle looks like. So I'm going to be drawing those angles so that you can easily identify them. So this is right angle, or these are right angles. So the right angles can come this way. The right angles can come this way with this sign. So this sign at the corner of the angle, this sign that is pointing, that is being pointed at with an arrow. Okay, this side is called 90 degrees. Anytime you see that sign, it shows that that angle is 90 degrees. Sometimes we can decide to bend angle 90 degrees. We may want to bend the angle, so you don't have to be confused. Just look for that symbol. That symbol that is always at the corner. So this is angle 90-degree symbol. Let me draw an arrow to show it to you. That is also angle 90 degrees. Sometimes it can be drawn this way also. As long as you see this symbol of 90 degrees, it is angle 90 degrees. Sometimes it can be drawn this way. All right. So just make sure you see this symbol. Okay, this box symbol at the corner. Sometimes it can just be turned upside down. It can be bent to anywhere. They are all angle 90 degrees. Please, when I don't ask you to post anything in the chat, do not post anything in the chat. Now, these are all called right angles. Now, let me show you the diagram for acute angle. Okay, these are acute angles. Whenever you see angles like this, you can see that this angle is 57 degrees. It is less than 90 degrees because 90 degrees should come this way. Okay, 90 degrees should come this way. I'm trying to use broken lines to form what the 90 degrees should look like. So this is 57 degrees. Anytime you see an angle like this, or on the straight line, it goes this way. This can also be 45 degrees. It can be drawn any way. It can also be drawn this way to show you that this is 30 degrees. All these angles are acute angles. They just have to be less than 90 degrees. Make sure you're fast at writing and fast at listening, all right? You can always come back and watch the replay of this class. Now, the next type of angle is obtuse angle. Let's look at obtuse angles. They are greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. So we have something like this. This is 115 degrees, all right? You can have your straight line drawn this way, and this angle can be 112 degrees. All right, you can also have it drawn this way and like this, and this angle is 100 degrees. All the angles that are greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees are called obtuse angle. They are called obtuse angle. I hope you are following. Don't forget that 90 degrees are right angles. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. Obtuse angles are greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Make sure you're very fast in what you are writing. Now we have straight line angle. The straight line angle is just equal to 180 degrees. Straight line angle is just equal to 180 degrees. So these are called straight line angles. Now, they are called straight line angles. Then I mentioned reflex angle. Reflex angles are angles that are greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So these are reflex angle. You can see this is this straight line angle 180 degrees. Once they are bigger than 180 degrees, they are called reflex angles. So this angle is 215 degrees. So this is a reflex angle. Sometimes it may just go this way, and this angle is 300 degrees. So these are called reflex angles. Reflex angles are angles that are greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. Okay? Now let's talk about supplementary angles. Firstly, I have explained what complementary angles are. I said that complementary angles sum up to 90 degrees. Okay, so these are complementary angles. When you have something like this, in a right angle, you have 46 degrees, you have 44 degrees, all right? You have 46 degrees and 44 degrees. So when 46 degrees and 44 degrees are added together, we get 90 degrees. So 46 and 44 degrees are complementary angles. If you pay attention, you will get what I'm explaining. Okay, 46 degrees and 44 degrees are complementary angles because they sum up to 90 degrees. All right, because they sum up to 90 degrees. Now, we are going to look at how supplementary angles are. For supplementary angles, they sum up to 180 degrees. So right here, if I have 35 degrees, right here I have 100 and, sorry, I have to fix the right kind of angle. I have 145 degrees. The right here I have 35 degrees. If you look at you adding these two angles together, 145 plus 35, we have 180 degrees. It means that 145 and 35 degrees are supplementary angles. So supplementary angles are angles that sum up to 180 degrees. Okay, supplementary angles are angles that sum up to 180 degrees. Now let's talk about angles at a point. I explained this last time. Angles at a point is equal to 360 degrees. You can have angles at a point, it can come any way. So if you have angle A plus B plus C plus D and plus E, anytime you have all angles meeting at a circle, at a point, They are angles at a point, and angles at a point equal to 360 degrees. So A plus B plus C plus D plus E added up together will give us 360 degrees. Okay, can remember just now that we touched up on a particular type of angle last time, and that angle is what we call vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. They are equal. I will show you how they look like so you can recognize them. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. We call them X angles. We call them X angles. Sometimes the X may be bent. Okay, we call them X angles. Vertically opposite angles are called X angles. So whenever an X diagram is formed, the angles opposite are equal. So if I have A above and I have B below, they are vertically opposite to each other. In an X diagram, the angles that are facing each other are equal. So A is equal to B. When we have C and D, C is equal to D because they are vertically opposite. Now, when we have this X diagram, and you have E and F. If letter E is 15 degrees, okay, F is also 15 degrees. You have G and H. G is also equal to H. They are vertically opposite angles, all right? They are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles are equal. I'm going to scroll up. You will see. Don't worry. Oh, my face is blocking. Don't worry. You will definitely see. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Take notes. All right. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Now, the next type of angles. Okay, let us find missing angles with what we have learned. Find the missing angles. Find the missing angles. For those who are saying slow down, please make sure you come back and attend the class. All right, the class is always available here. Always come back to watch the class. You can pause it, you can write, you can pause it. All right. Okay, find the missing angles. Now let's look at the first one. We have an X diagram like this. Right here we have 43 degrees. In this X diagram, I have to draw it properly, please. So in this X diagram, I have 46 degrees. Then I've been asked to find angle M. I've been asked to find angle M. Angle M is facing 46 degrees. So since it's in an X diagram and there is an X, a circle, something like this at the center, demarcating both of them, okay, dividing or staying between the two angles, we will say M is equal to 46 degrees. The reason is they are vertically opposite. They are vertically opposite to each other. So M is vertically opposite to 46 degrees. M is vertically opposite to 46 degrees. Okay, let's look at another example. Don't forget angles on a straight line. Don't forget angles in a right angle. Don't forget reflex angles, angles at a point. Now let's look at number 2. I'm still going to have some others. Okay, we have something like this. I have 18 degrees right here. Right here, I have 47 degrees. We have to find the value of y. Above here, I have 100 degrees. And right here, I have x. So we have to find the value of x and y. I have this straight line. Don't forget the first line that I drew. This is still my straight line. I'm trying to shade it and make it bold. Now that is my straight line. My straight line with arrows at the edge. My straight lines with arrows at the edge. All right, now I have 3 angles on the straight line. Angle X, angle 100 degrees, angle 18 degrees are on that straight line. So I'm going to find angle X first before I find angle Y. So that means X plus 100 degrees plus 18 degrees are all supplementary angles, because when you add them up together, they are on a straight line. They should give you 180 degrees. So X plus 100 plus 18 is 118 degrees equals 180 degrees. So X is equal to 180 minus 118 degrees, which is equal to 62 degrees. So the missing angle, angle X, is 62 degrees. I hope you understand. And after finding the value of X, we need to find the value of Y. What will the value of Y be? Look at Y. Angle Y and angle 47 degrees are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles are angles that are beside each other. They are lying down beside each other. So Y and 47 degrees are angles on a straight line. So which means if we add both of them together, we should have 180 degrees. And the reason is they are angles on a straight line. They are angles on a straight line. The first one that we did also, the reason is angles on a straight line. All right. So since they are straight line angles, if you look at them very well, they are also supplementary angles, because the two angles sum up to 180 degrees. So we'll subtract 47 from both sides. Y is equal to 180 degrees minus 47 degrees. The answer is equal to 133 degrees. So the missing angle, the angle Y, is 133 degrees. Pay attention. Ginika Chuku Precious. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right. So this next one will be for each and every one of you. You are meant to answer this question properly. So I'll call this VIP question. Carry that tag VIP question throughout till next week. So let's look at it. Question 1, find the missing angle. in the diagram below. Please open your eyes. Only those who have been paying attention will be able to get the answer right. Find the missing angle in the diagram below. Find angle Q. Angle Q is missing. At the countdown of 10. If you don't understand, please attend this class again at the end of the class. Attend this class again. Maybe you came late or you may not quickly understand the topic. So make sure you attend this class again at the end of the class. At the countdown of 10, post your answer in the chat. Make sure you get the right answer with your name. Make sure your name is beside your answer. 10, 9, 8. I'm expecting your answer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. And 0. Good. Let me begin to call the name from the last person who posted. As soon as I called 0, Lawal. Yes, Lawal Joanna posted. Lawal Joanna, your answer is correct. Followed by oh my God. Followed by Tribe. Tribe, correct. Michelle, correct. Nathan, correct. Alex, correct. Wisdom, correct. Tomiwa, correct. Emmanuel Phoebe, correct. Tomiwa, correct. Okay, so those are the correct answers before I ended my counting. So you are the VIPs. The correct answer is 50. Now let me explain how to get the correct answer. So if you haven't been paying attention, please pay attention. Now if you look at everything, you will see that all the angles are meeting like in a circle at a point. So it is angles at a point. Sum of angles at a point is equal to 360 degrees. Add up everything. I told you something about this symbol. I told you something about this symbol. Anytime you see this symbol that I pointed an arrow at, it is known as 90 degrees. So this particular symbol is representing 90 degrees. So that will be Q plus 90 degrees plus 80 degrees plus 65 degrees plus 75 degrees equals 360 degrees. So Q plus 90 plus 80 is 170. 170 plus 65 is 235. 235, yes. 170, 235. Let's see. 170, 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 65, 200, 170 plus 65, that will be, let's add it together, 170 plus 65, that will give us 235. Let's add 75 to it, 0. We have 1, carry 1 over, that's 310 degrees. Are we very sure? Yes. So subtract, so that will be 310 degrees right here equals 360 degrees. So Q is equal to 360 degrees minus 310 degrees. Q is equal to 50 degrees. So if you type 50 degrees, you are a VIP. If I called your name for 50 degrees, you are a VIP. Those were those who typed in their names before I ended my counting 10 to 0. Carry the VIP till the next class. Thank you very much for attending our class. I hope you enjoyed. In the next class, we'll be looking at parallel lines with transversal, corresponding angles, and alternate angles. Thank you. This is Learning Base Academy. I hope you enjoyed the class. See you another time. Goodbye.